I could have stopped him. I could have stopped him. It's me. It's me. Definitely my fault.
At Pro Box TV on behalf of his fighter, seeking to overturn the result in the ring. From a draw to, of course, a knockout, TKO, or disqualification.
It's on Tank Davis and Lamont Roach. Good fight. Good, very competitive fight, which I knew, which I anticipated. I said it.
Gervonta Davis lost his cool after Nike reportedly overturned Lamont Roach's draw to a loss. Frustrated by the decision, he expressed his disappointment, admitting, "It's definitely my fault." Lamont Roach revealed that during the fight, Gervonta Davis told him he wouldn't win because the judges wouldn't rule in his favor. Roach admitted it was a tough reality to accept, acknowledging that boxing often favors those with bigger names and stronger backing. Frustrated, he recognized the sport's reliance on influence, where fighters with greater promotional and financial advantages often come out on top, regardless of performance. Despite the setback, Roach remains determined to push forward, understanding the challenges of competing against well-backed opponents in the boxing world.
I could have stopped him. It's me. It's me. Definitely my fault. Definitely my fault. It's all right. You know what I mean? You live and you learn. I definitely could have. That was on me too. That was on me for sure. Because I ain't pick it up when I supposed to pick it up. And I could have definitely did more. Definitely did more. Just a lot going on. But again, it was myself, you know. But you gotta go to the gym and, you know, get back to the drawing board and, you know, train a little harder.
After the disputed draw between Gervonta Davis and Lamont Roach Jr., New York admitted to a review error affecting the 9th round knockdown call. The commission acknowledged the controversy and promised an investigation. Meanwhile, fans and analysts debated the outcome, with many believing Roach deserved the win. Tank Davis's trainer responded to criticism, stating that fame always comes with haters and opinions, both good and bad. He emphasized that no matter what Tank does, there will always be talk. Success attracts negativity, but their focus remains on training, winning, and proving doubters wrong in the ring.
We was talking in like the 12th round, I think the 12th or 11th. We was talking shit, right? But he like, you ain't gonna win. I said, why not? What you talking about? He like, they ain't gonna give it to you. I said, oh, is that right? So, you know, that's how boxing work. It's sad to say, you know, that's how boxing work. I'm not like totally upset. I figured with a superstar, you won't get too much on paper. But shit, I damn sure thought I had it. Especially when they announced the score for him. I was like, oh, they gonna give me a split decision win. I was like, oh yeah. I said, oh shit, here it goes. But as soon as I heard that 114, I was just like, damn, all right, it's over with. So yeah, man, it's just crazy. I ain't gonna lie. It's okay. We gonna run it back. It's okay.
The bout between Tank Davis and Lamont Roach Jr., many observers noted that Roach's strategy closely mirrored Davis's, resulting in a fight where neither fighter clearly outperformed the other. Both employed similar tactics, making the contest appear evenly matched. This lack of distinction made it difficult for judges and fans to determine a clear winner, ultimately leading to a majority draw.
Long experience judging fights, we see no evidence of favoritism, only a referee prioritizing the physical safety of a fighter who appeared compromised by an eye injury. Which I actually get. I understood that statement because, hey, look, Steve Willis he didn't call it a knockdown.
You take a knee like that looks like a knockdown, all right?
So I think it's going to be very difficult for the New York State Athletic Commission to review this and then call it a knockdown. Because here's the thing. The fight could have gone completely differently if Gervonta was told that it was a knockdown officially. Gervonta could have then responded differently because, let the truth be known, Gervonta didn't even know it was the 12th round when it was the 12th round. He thought it was the 8th.
Forgot where he was at. He thought he was still in the 8th round. He thought he still had rounds to go.
12th round. He said, damn, it's the 12th? Yeah, it's the 12th and you're down. Tank didn't know what round it was. So, if it was brought to his attention by Steve Willis that it was officially a knockdown, the fight could have gone differently, making it very difficult to review this after the fact and overturn it. But the problem is, still, though Steve Willis did not call it a knockdown officially, he also didn't call it a slip.
You take a knee like that looks like a knockdown.
He had to pick one or the other. And according to the rules, if it's a slip, the referee has to let it be known that it's a slip.
Renowned welterweight boxer Jiren Boots Andis weighed in on the Davis versus Roach fight, noting that many overlooked Davis's dominance in the early rounds. He highlighted how Davis set the pace, showcasing his offensive skills and controlling the ring, while Roach struggled to mount a significant offense and often found himself on the defensive. Andis suggested that although the fight seemed balanced in the later rounds, Davis's early performance should have been a key factor in deciding the outcome.
It wasn't illegal, so I ain't gonna say it was a mistake.
That's why I asked you that's exact way. Like, do you feel like it was a mistake, or do you feel like, no, this is a veteran move? This is stuff that happens in boxing.
It happens in boxing. It happens in boxing. You know, it wasn't illegal. You know, just run it back. Just run it back. Shit, that's what champions do. Run it back. Carry that shit like men. Run it back.
Let's talking about that running back, the big rematch.
Featherweight champion Shakur Stevenson shared his perspective, suggesting that Davis may have underestimated Roach's abilities. He noted that Davis appeared complacent at times, possibly not fully recognizing Roach's skill level.
Adages in boxing, one of which is, you gotta beat the champ to take the belt. You gotta beat the champ to take his belt. It's not okay to fight him to an even fight. It's not okay to have do slightly better than him on some people's opinion. If that man's the champion, you got to go out there and you got to go get that belt. That is what many people say. Now, they're very selective with it. When it's their fighter that is playing great defense and slipping punches and winning fights, they don't mind. But when it's their fight, when it is their fighter that is having somebody refusing to fight and kind of standing in a gap and just trying to make it all super technical, man, they get upset. They get upset about it, right? But anyway, you know that rule. So when I heard Gary Russell Jr., one of my favorite fighters, one of my favorite people in boxing, talk about the Gervonta Davis fight, I was like, yeah, man, I think that you're about right on. Because basically what Gary Russell Jr. said is, look, man, Lamont didn't win that fight. Lamont didn't win that fight because Lamont didn't do enough to go get the belt from the champion. And I think he's 100%, and I think that he's 100% correct. Personally, I had Gervonta Davis up a round, because whenever you have rounds where nobody's doing anything, I'm not just going to do what most people do, and especially people that don't like Gervonta Davis, which is just give the round to the other guy because Gervonta Davis didn't manage to knock him out that round. Okay, so this is Gary Russell Jr. clearly saying, man, no, I don't think Lamont Roach won that fight. You also had Al Bernstein, and Al Bernstein, I'm telling you, is a very, very straight, fair guy who I don't know if he was on that call, but he used to work with Showtime. I don't know if he was on there. I don't recall if I heard him. I think it was Rolly Ronaldo that was calling it. But Al Bernstein, who was a very, very objective person, said, hey, look, no. Sorry to break it to you, but Gervonta Davis won that fight. Yeah, Lamont Roach put up a really good fight, but Lamont Roach was not dynamic. He did not do anything to really separate himself from Gervonta Davis. He just kept it equal. He just tried to keep it even the entire.
This miscalculation allowed Roach to seize key opportunities, leading Stevenson to believe Roach deserved the victory.
People looking at it as controversial because of the whole knee. What'd you think of the fight?
It was a great fight, I had it 7-5 Tank, or you can make it a draw, but I feel like Lamont, he did good. He did a great job, actually. I just don't think he did enough to pull it off. And I feel like people was overlooking what Tank was doing in the first 5-6 rounds. He was boxing and frustrating him a little bit. You know, but Lamont, like I said before, Lamont did a great job. You know.
Yeah, some people had it Tank, some people had it Draw, some people had it Lamont. Do you think Tank gets a lot of criticism for not knocking Lamont out and Lamont not being a big name, so they overblow it?
His comments emphasize the importance of respecting an opponent's strengths to avoid unexpected challenges in the ring.
Because I feel as though Tank didn't understand or realize how good Lamont was, so he kind of was sleeping on him, and I felt as though Lamont was catching him when he was unexpected. So he'll throw, and he's not used to certain shit coming back, and when shit started coming back, it kind of like caught him by surprise.
You think he got hurt in the fight?
Hell yeah, for sure. Matter of fact, it was a part of the fight where Tank threw a left hand and he caught Lamont. And Lamont, as he was throwing his left hand, he kind of got hit, but he threw right back.
Yeah,
and he wobbled Tank. And, Tank felt his power.